वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्. Chapter 2, verse 15, continue. Yam hina vyathayantye purusham purusharshabha samadukha sukham dhiram somrutattvaya kalpate. Yam hina vyathyantyete purusham purusharshabha samadukha sukham dhiram somrutattvaya kalpate. O the best of man, a person to whom pain and pleasure are alike, and who is not tormented by these sense objects, becomes eligible for immortality. These words we are discussing since last 2-3 weeks. Somrutatvaya kalpate. And in this context, amrutam gamaya, mrityorma amrutam gamaya. We try to understand this somrutatvaya kalpate in detail. So, if we enjoy pleasure and are tormented by pain, what the great man, the scripture says, we may get heaven or hell, but we will not be eligible for salvation, liberation, because salvation is attained by those who remain alike in pleasure and pain. Doesn't matter, it is pleasure, okay. It is pain, okay. Sorrow, okay. Happiness, okay. So, what the great man, the scripture, tried to explain us, that this is the quality we need to imbibe in the life. That doesn't matter, it's a pleasure or pain, remain alike. The Bhagwan, in the 14th verse, has said that objects give rise to feelings of pleasure and pain, but these are transitory. Okay, I like Srikhand, I'm happy. I like pizza, I'm happy. But this pleasure are transient. The feeling of pleasant, feeling of joy is temporary. Similarly, with the pain also, it's temporary, it's transitory. The moment we acquire them, their decay and parting start at the same moment. These were neither with us in the past nor will remain in future and present. But by enjoying these, we are spoiling our nature and are depriving ourselves of attainment of salvation because we stuck there. We have, in fact, limited ourselves for that particular moment. Therefore, if we make proper use of the available circumstances, we shall rise above pleasure and pain. And that's Bhagavan Krishna who wants to explain, and through explain, who wants to explain all of us that please rise above pleasure and pain and attain a state of the highest bliss. Because as we have discussed, I think we might have discussed this very often, so many times in our Geeta class. Of course, Geeta class is 22 years. Okay. That subjective happiness or the objective happiness, right? I'm happy if I have, for an example, iPhone in my hand. But the moment iPhone is gone, I'm not happy. No. That is objective happiness. I'm happy. I'm full of bliss. Because the stream of bliss is always there in my heart. And we need to understand that. So, to need to understand, we need to rise above the pleasure and pain. And then only we will be able to attain that state of mind, that state of heart. The self, the Atma, is in form of an entity. In that entity, there is no perturbation. When the self identifies itself, perturbation, says another similar word, is disturbance. Okay? When the self identifies itself with the body, then this disturbance starts. Okay? Because what happens? It's me. It's my body. I have engaged or I have forgotten my real nature. And what is real nature? Chidanandarupah Shivoham Shivoham. I am the bliss. I am the eternal bliss. Because what we normally say, this is my body. This is my body. That means this is not me. Then who am I? Chidanandarupa Shivoham Shivoham. Therefore, a person who assumes himself to be seated in the body can't be free from torment. Freedom from torment means not to rejoice on obtaining what is pleasant and not to grieve on receiving what is unpleasant. I am above this nature. And it looks but difficult. It looks that no, this is not my cup of tea. We are human. We can't achieve this. No. Because we have to come out from this box that I can't. No, I can. We need to try to understand our real nature. We need to try to reach and to discover our real nature. It may take times, but we have to give certain time to ourselves. Because look, we from morning to evening, or from morning till the night, we are with somebody. If not, when I say somebody, not necessarily person. We are with WhatsApp, we are with Facebook, we are with YouTube. But when are we with ourselves? Ask a question with ourselves. When am I with myself? That makes me to think, who am I? From where I have come? Where I have to go? What's my purpose of the life? And for that very reason, our sages, our great man, our scripture has emphasized on concentration, chitta ekagra, concentration. And then that will lead us to the meditation. Initially, when we go for in our prayer room, what we call the diva room, okay, we light the diva, we do some prayer. It's fine. Normally that we do, which is good. But at least 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, just a dialogue with ourselves. And that will be converted, the dialogue between self and the higher self. Gradually. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen in few weeks. But we will have to start from some point. We'd have to start from some point. Then we'll realize one day, this body is not me. I am the eternal bliss, Sat Chit Anand, the pure consciousness. That is me. So, again, we need to rise above this pleasure and pain, above this material world, and at least try to peep in the spiritual world. Okay, so, and that's why in the 5th chapter Bhagavan has told, Sthira buddhir asammudho. By being free from torment, a man's intellect, understanding becomes firm. That is described, that will come, when it will come, but that's in chapter 5, verse 50. Sthira buddhir asammudho. Man's intellect, understanding becomes firm. To rejoice and to grieve in favorable and non-favorable or unfavorable circumstances means to be tormented. To rejoice and to grieve is bhog. To rejoice and to grieve is bhog of pleasure and pain. The seeker of pleasure and sufferer in pain can never be happy. A striver should not rejoice and grieve in favorable and unfavorable circumstances, but should utilize the circumstances to rise above. The favorable and the unfavorable circumstances are determined by fate. It comes in the life. And to utilize those circumstances by regarding them as material for spiritual progress is the real valor. And that's why it says that convert the obstacle in opportunity. We can do that. We can do this. The valor results in immortality. So mrutatvaya kalpate, which is our verse. Utilization of favorable circumstances is to provide happiness to others and to render service to them, while the utilization of unfavorable circumstances is to renounce the desire for pleasure or favorable conditions, favorable circumstances. If you're happy, share it. Share it. Share it with the people. And it happens. The circumstances are not in our favor. It is there to teach us to gradually detach. The reason for pain is the desire for pleasure, because it is not fulfilled, and that's why pain started. Desire started in our mind that I must have this, and if it is not fulfilled, pain start, the dukh start. And if it is fulfilled, we need more. That is the greed. So, the reason for pain is the desire for pleasure. It comes. Let it come. Let it come. It does not mean that we do not put our efforts. Put our efforts and then live in His good hands. Then live in His lotus feet, and let Him decide for this action or for these efforts what He should grant in our life. He did it. For an example, okay, the Geeta class. That's fine. The time is there. I need to log in 7:15, 20:07. But then the desire there's, okay, no, but there must be 20 members. Then only I will be able to speak nicely. Then only I will be able to share my knowledge. What knowledge? Nothing belongs to me. And if the 20 people are not there, pain starts. Because there was a desire for something to achieve, something to attain. And it is fulfilled. Now there was last week there was 20 people. Now I must aim for 25 people. Greed started. And it is only 8 people in the Geeta class. Pain starts. I'm trying so much. I'm sharing this so-called knowledge for free. but people are not there. It's fine. You are there to sing the glory of Bhagwan Krishna. Knowledge, it doesn't become to me. It is not me. So if that is the clear-cut understanding, I just gave you, this is the example. This is the example. You can stretch this up to any extent. And the same, when it comes, chapter 5, Bhagavan is going to say in 22nd word, Yehi sansparsaja bhoga dukkha yonaya evate आद्यंतवंतः कौन्तेय न तेषु रमते बुधः. Meaning, the pleasure that arises from contact with the sense object, though appearing as enjoyable to worldly minded people, are verily a source of misery. O son of Kunti, such pleasures have a beginning and end, so the wise do not delight in them. The moment we got something, that means it will be gone. It can be anything. It can be anything. And if that is the reason for our pleasure, then get ready for the pain. Oh man, that was my dream car. Series 5 or whatever, I don't know even. You got it. Okay? The pleasure started. But the same moment, seeds of pain also planted, because one day it will be gone. One day it will be gone. I just give you this is the example. So the person, the bhogi who is enjoying all the material world, the person who enjoys pleasure and suffers pain has a downfall. While the yogi means is always connected with Almighty, who utilizes pleasure and pain by rising above the pleasure and pain, attains immortality. And that's why I always give you the example. Okay. Bhogi means we all. Because we always looking for all material enjoyment. So I always give the example. For an example, jalebi. Okay. We all bhogi. If we eat jalebi, we'll say, very nice, sweet. Okay. And the yogi, like a Shankaracharya, will also eat jalebi, and it will be sweet for him also. But for us, amen, when will we get it again? Shankaracharya will accept that as a prasad. Yogi accept that as a prasad. Oh my dear God, you wanted to have jalebi today? Got it. Because the indwelling God. Because the concept and strong belief of indwelling God. That is not we only eating. My Bhagwan is also eating with me. Alright, if you like jalebi, fine. This is just this is an example, okay? Because we are living in the worldly material life. So example also will be coming from the material world. So yogi will not stop, but the bhogi will keep on thinking about it. Now, the next few verses, three verses, Also, the nature of the real, I mean, the spirit, and the unreal, the matter, that's body, sharir and shariri. Bhagwan is going to discuss more about that in next few, I mean the 3 verses. Okay, now the verse 16th. We've completed verse 15th, now the verse 16th. Nasato vidyate bhavo, nasato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate satah, na bhavo vidyate satah. Ubhayorapi drashtontas, ubhayorapi drashtontas, tvanayostatvadarshibhi, tvanayostatvadarshibhi. The unreal has no existence, and the real never ceases to be. The truth of both this has been perceived by seers of truth. Furthermore, it says, of the transient there is no endurance, and of the eternal there is no cessation. Eternal is eternal, there is no end. Otherwise, it won't be known as eternal. This has verily been observed and concluded by the seers of the truth after studying the nature of both. Nasato vidyate bhavo. This body neither existed in the past before birth, nor will exist in the future after death, and is also perishing at present. Thus, it's non-existent. Okay. It's a real fact, but the change is very subtle, so that's why we don't notice it. And that's why the body is known as sharir in Sanskrit. Of course, in Gujarati, in Hindi also, the sharir. And the definition the wise man has given for sharir is shiryate tat shariram. It perishes slowly, which we even won't notice. But what you have seen me or what I have seen you yesterday, we are not the same. But it's changing. Changing is a constant process. But it's so subtle, we don't notice even. Okay? So, thus, it is non-existent. This body is the world in miniature. The change in the body signifies the change in the world. Similarly, the non-existence of a body signifies the non-existence of the world. In all the times, the entire world is burning like wood continuously. the whole world. But as I told you earlier, the change is so subtle which we don't notice even. So the world is burning like wood continuously in the fire of which fire? Fire of time. On firewood being burnt, ash remains. But this time, this fire of time consumes the world in such a way that no remains are left. We won't notice. There is total annihilation of the world. Therefore, it has been said that the unreal has no existence. We don't notice it. But when we read that, the theory of that universe, Big Bang, okay, it is going to dissolve at certain point, right? Okay, I'll try to explain you with one example. Okay, suppose you are in one building, for an example. Okay, you are on building at, say, on trade route, okay, and assume there is a building nearby trade route which has 10 floors, okay, which has 10 floors. You are on 10th floor. And your friend is on 7th floor. Your other friend is on 3rd floor. Okay. Now, 10, 7, and 3rd floor, right? You are on the 10th floor, that top floor, right? So you can see that from the 10th floor that even the highway N12, that from Potchefstroom, so many cars are coming and is going towards and going to merge at some point with N1, right? That you can see from the 10th floor. I'm just giving you an example, just to make you understand very easily. Okay. But now, the person who is on the 7th floor, for the same vehicle, he might be saying, maybe from the Mosquito Valley and little far this side by the El Dorado Park. Besides that, he can't see. And the person who is on the 3rd floor probably will be able to see, maybe since from extension 30 and then that side extension 9, and then that is limited. So what was for the person who is standing on floor 10, for him there is no, because the same car he has seen, okay, which is coming from, say, that Cecil garage and going towards that, coming from. So for him, it's a present. But the same car, for the person who is on the seventh floor, it was past because he has not seen yet. And if you go further down, the person who is on the third floor, even it is not, he can't think that because he has not seen. But person who is on the top floor, it doesn't exist because time doesn't exist, because he is in present. He can see that it is coming, going towards. So everything is burning in fire of time, but we don't notice it. We don't see that. For that, Bhagavan says, you need to opt yourself. You need to engage yourself for the eternal, for the eternal, for the eternal. That's in the previous verse. We try to understand that we need to know our real nature, and that is eternal bliss. So it's undergoing change and will exist after the death of the body. So what is going to exist even after the body is gone? Mind. Because we strongly believe in rebirth, and rebirth will be carrying this. We will not be carrying the same body, but mind. Yeah, because imprints, whatever there on our mind, we're going to carry. The intellect, we're going to carry for the next birth. And that's why the sages, the great men, the wise men always emphasize, be careful about your mind. When I say our mind, it should be tamed nicely. Give the powerful thoughts to the mind, not all the weak thoughts. Ah man, I can't do, this is not my cup of tea, I'm living in the material world, I won't be able to achieve this. No, you can. Because Amrutasya Putraha, we are the son of immortal. And that's our journey. If we understand this, if we try, and that's why Bhagavan always emphasizes, Man manavo, mad bhakto, madhyaji, man namaskuru, amaivam sujivaloke. Who are you? You are the son of the supreme reality, the supreme power. And we say, ah man, I can't do this, I'm weak. No. So, after the death of the body, what is coming? The God also ever remain the same while the world undergoes a change every moment, right? On the top floor, we will always see that the car is going, right? So we need to rise above this to see the reality, to understand and to experience the true nature of our self, true nature of Atma, and that is the Chidananda Rupa Shivoham. Friends, we just started this verse 16th. We're going to stop here, okay? Whatever you like in this discussion, credit goes to all the great men, all the scripture, whatever I have heard, I have read, I have studied. Absolutely, absolutely nothing belongs to me. Nothing belongs to me. Credit goes to the scripture. And as I always mention that our main reference book is Sadhak Sanjeevani by Swami Ram Sukdas ji. So whatever I have tried to share this with from Swami Ram Sukdas, this lecture which was given on Bhagavad Gita. We'll conclude with the 73rd verse of 18th chapter, followed by the Arti. नष्टो मोहः स्मृतिर्लब्धा त्वत्प्रसादान्मयाच्युत स्थितोऽस्मि गतसन्देहः करिष्ये वचनं तव करिष्ये वचनं